Today on Flakes, we're at Strange Fellows Brewing. Let's have a drink. Tell me about the beginnings of Strange Fellows.
I was about 15, my dad taught me to homebrew. And I guess that's really where it started in earnest. And then maybe I was in my late 20s and I thought, what am I going to do with my life? And I loved beer, I loved craft beer. I always liked having different beers. So I had this plan. I met Ian, my partner, and we sort of banged my plan and his plan together, and we came out with Strange Fellows, and that was almost 5 years ago that we met now.
Like so many people, I'm someone that for many, many years wanted to open a brewery, and eventually got there, which is an awesome feeling. I started out in brewing professionally in Vancouver in the very beginning of the 90s with a brewery that was elsewhere in East Van. Eventually, I had an opportunity to partner up with Aaron Jonkier and build this place.
So, what makes your beer strange?
Yeah, I think it's not about the beer being strange. It's about sort of celebrating what is strange about all of us and maybe what brings us together.
I mean, have you met Ian? He's kind of strange. Yeah. So that's right. How we came up with Strange Fellows, was like, he had this vision, I had this vision, and moreover, he had this way of looking at life, and I have this way of looking at life, and you have this way of looking at life, and they're all different. Like, we're all different. But what brought us together and what we think brings people together is beer. So, we may all have these different viewpoints, but over a beer we can share them. I can try and understand why you think this way or why I think this way. But, that commonality of beer is a really cool thing.
How do you go about standing out in the big BC beer industry?
We have these things called Strange Days. So every month we celebrate a strange day, which is essentially something completely from culture, from history and culture. So examples would be, in January we celebrate a Pelea. It's usually for a whole week. I'll usually do some special beer just in the room, just in the bar here. And we'll have some special food. We'll usually have a band. And we'll have one night during that week when everyone's invited. January is Pelea, which is a Norse holiday. And so I'll usually have, the last 2 Januaries I've had milk stout, which is kind of a Scottish style. February is Setsuban, which is a Japanese holiday. We do a bunch of things around that. March we do Carnival. We just had the Carnival band here last month. And there's a bunch of these things that tie in, I suppose, with the brand notion that, Strange Fellows kind of thing. One of the things I like to do specifically with beer is, and the Talisman, our pale ale is a good example, is often make beers that kind of walk that line of being not too demanding on your palate, but yet have as much flavor as possible. So that's a great example. It's really an India Session Ale. So it's only 4%. That's the part that says, hey, you can drink lots of this. And you know it. You have one, you're like, yeah, I feel good. I'll have 2 more, And you have someone else's 7.5% IPA, and you might not be feeling that after one.
What's the best part about being part of the BC beer industry?
Things like this, the same reasons that you're doing this, right? It's a really cool business where you have people who, I would say, from my perspective, have come from different walks of life to sort of follow a passion. So all the other breweries and all the other people involved in beer, it's kind of like a hobby or a passion that they love. And being around people like that is amazing. In beer, we're all here because we love it. And we're all promoting it and doing different things, and you probably go to parties and be like, have you tried this craft beer? You're telling all your friends how good this craft beer is. Being around people like that is, it's uplifting.
It's amazing. I'd say the biggest packet of time, which is new to me, is the time you spend on growth. You can't stop it. We're growing so fast. And it's like, oh, we should be in those stores. Well, we can't do it until the new tanks show up. And it's not just buy new tanks, it's buy new tanks, talk to whoever's gonna engineer the refrigeration glycol system, grow that, grow this, grow the brand, buy more trucks, who's gonna figure out how to do that? And it's just, it's amazing.
What does the future hold for Strange Fellows?
Just figuring out how to take the beer that we love, which is a lot of sour beer, make more of it, and execute it at a really high level, and continue to be a really interesting and unique part of the overall community of beer in British Columbia.